my life is. Stop. Just stop. It's like your first point of call every time you go into, something happens to you, you go into distress. It's like you've accepted defeat at the first minute. And you know what happens when you accept defeat? Self-pity. You fall into an abyss which takes you longer to recover. You kill the spirit of fight in you. Because you spend most of your time wallowing in self-pity. So what? I know this happens to a lot of us. Once anything happens, we just in that space we can see way back. The first thing we go is like, oh, my life is finished. My life is finished. So what? So what? You lost the job. So what? They left you. So what? You didn't get a promotion. So what? He didn't reply you. So what? You got dislike. So what? You're not approved. So what? They rejected your project. You can always start over. That's the thing. You can always start over. And probably better a lot of time. Because once you're in a situation where you put all your focus in one thing, in one place, in one person, in one, organization, sometimes you don't have the mind, the space to breathe, to think for yourself, to be creative. They say creativity is better than knowledge. Once you're creative, you can always come out with different ideas to start all over again, regardless of how old you are. But that's the first point of call. We always go into that place. Oh my gosh, my life is finished. I can never recover from this. So what? How about if you start with, okay, yeah, it happened. How can I get over this? How can I start all over? What have I got to do? If you start thinking about solution immediately. I'm not saying you shouldn't have time to, handle your pain. Yeah, you should. You definitely deserve that. In fact, you should give it respect, because when you get into that position where you sit and think, most time you come back stronger, because now you spend time thinking about alternative, a different way, different angle, a different you, a new you. Because now you've accepted this has happened, it has happened. Yeah, accept it, welcome it, embrace it. Like, don't spend all your time thinking about how you could have changed things, how you could have done things differently, what you could have said or what you didn't say. The error you made in grammar, spelling. No. This is just gonna put you down some more. So focus your time on, how do I start all over again? What are my options? That's where you should start. This has happened, yes, but what about my options? What options have I got? What have I got me? What dreams have I got? What goals have I got? How do I become better? What do I need to work on? What do I need to improve on? So if you start looking at your failures from this point of view, or your mishaps from the point of view, I tell you, you'll be able to withstand anything. most of the times when these things happen, the reason why we get to this place of self-pity and fear is most time out of knowledge. What we think people are going to think of us. People used to see in a certain way is now going to see it differently. People going to, oh, he's lost his job, oh, he doesn't drive a car anymore, or he now takes the bus, or he now walks, or he now cycles, or he now bikes. Because we feel all these other things we have, that's how people see us. That's our identity. And now we feel when we lose that, we lost our identity. If you just look at yourself, just take a second and take a good look at yourself. Most of the things you're scared of losing are mainly because of how you think other people see you. Most time, if these things happen to us and no one knows, we're actually fine. We'll spend like a second think, oh man, that's no problem, just get over. But when we think about other people, what they're going to say about us, our status in society, our position, then we'll spend more time worrying about what people are going to say rather than how we're going to get back to or go where we need to go. So all these things happen. We all go through it. It's life. If you've got to pause, you've got to face this situation now and then, ups and downs. For a seed to grow, you need to put in the soil, and first it gets covered by soil. It gets dirty, incubated, then it sprouts a new life. It sprouts a new life. That's what happens to us. So sometimes we'll go through situations only to find the best of ourselves. Sometimes if we don't go through this situation, we'll never develop a new attitude, a new skill. They say you never know how fast you can run until you come face to face with a wild dog. Most of us never know how fast we can run till we'll probably maybe hear a gunshot in a crowded place, and then we'll know how fast we can run. Probably making excuses, you've been limping, but in a crowded market there's a gunshot. Now you know how fast and how agile you are. But you never know if everything has remained the same. So please stop. Don't go to that place like my life is finished. Your life is never finished. As far as you breathe, as far as your life, everything that's happened to you, everything that you've gotten to where you are, you can start all over again and even do better. Why? Because now you have learned the process. You probably could do more things differently because you have more skills, more understanding, more knowledge, more wisdom. So please, don't ever say my life is finished. I cannot do this. This is too much. I wish. Don't wish. Don't wish. Please don't wish. Just give it time. You deserve some time. It's an event in your life. And if you look back in your life previously, you probably have encountered a lot of situations like this, but you've overcome. You have overcome. Why? If you look in your past when you were a kid, when you were an adult, you overcome a lot of other situations, circumstance, problem. What you hear today is a testament that your life is not finished, that you're growing. You're growing. Most time we don't grow until we have challenges. We don't think about new ideas until something strikes us. And that's what you need. Sometimes God makes it possible for something to strike us, push us out of our comfort zone. Because if most of us are left in our comfort zone, we'll never change, we'll never do anything differently. So sometimes this happens to you because it is God's will for this to happen to you. Because why is leading you to a better place, to a place where you can grow, where you can change, where you can become a diamond among shaped glasses. But this is in you. This is in you. As far as you breathe, as far as you're alive, you have that power to start all over again. Power to come out on the other side and do better. And when these things happen to you, sometimes it gives you the opportunity to go out and do what you've been holding on to, that you never find the courage to do. You never found the power to take the leap. Now you're pushed. You are pushed. So check out most of the development in the world and everything. Most of these things came from accident. Someone's researching something else and they stumble onto something else. Someone trying to look for A and they fell into B, and B became more prosperous. So sometime in your life you heading here, but God knows that is not your destination. You've been there for too long. He has something else in stock for you. But this might seem so good where you are now. It might seem like the perfect place. Everything is where it should be. But you're so scared to make a change while you are in a very comfortable position. You have all the perks, all the benefit, all the rewards. God is saying to you, go take a risk in that direction. For you, that's where I placed it. The gold, the joy, the wealth in that other direction. Not here, no, that way. So in your life, a lot of time you probably have faced all this situation now and then. Yeah, well, you have overcome in the past. As I'm saying to you, you have overcome in the past. So instead of saying, my life is finished, you say, yeah, this happened to me before and I'm here today. Therefore, I'm going to be fine. I am going to be fine. I have accepted what has happened. Now, how do I become better? What options do I have? They said we choose our attitude, we choose our decision, we choose to be happy or not to be happy, we choose to do or not to do. It is very easy to get up and go and do something. It is even more easier not to get up and do that thing. So for whatever you're doing, just remember you are choosing to do or not to do. There is always two options every time. It's either you could say, my life is finished, I would jump into self-pity, because it doesn't lock myself up. Or I choose to say, it has happened. It is here. Now, I've got a better option. I'm in a better place to start all over again. Because face it, most of the time, for whatever has happened, you have no option to change it. It has happened. And most things don't just happen like in one go. They happen over a period of time. So if you couldn't change those things over a period of time, you can't change it in one go. So they've built up over time. So all you have to do is simple. just, cut your loss at that minute and start over again. Just let it go. Let it go. I'm not saying just assume it never happened to you, bury your head in the sand. No. Acknowledge it. It has happened to you. It probably took you years to get to where you are, and or accumulate whatever you've accumulated, but that has come to an end. And when you look forward, you've got more time on this earth. More time to be happy, more time to rejoice. So you don't want to spend most of your time wallowing in self-pity, blaming yourself, putting yourself down. Because all that's just driving you one direction, deeper and deeper into pain, into isolation. But when you take the time to observe, when you take the time to observe it, to look where you could have made changes and see what has happened, and use that as an energy, use that as a fuel, use that to propel you, use that to light some fire in your bum to push you forward, to work harder in your field, to put yourself where you should actually be. And then it start working for you. You can use whatever happened to you into where you could either use it as energy, as fuel. You can say whatever happened to me has happened, but I will make sure I'm determined to succeed in this other thing. You could use that to grow yourself, to push yourself, or you could just close your eyes, fold your arms, put your head down and sleep, and just believe like the world is against you. Everything is against you, and you can never change, you can never win. And the thing is, this happens to everyone. Everyone goes through this process where things just goes down south, regardless of how good, how bad, how positive you are. Sometimes stuff just happens. That's life. But how you deal with it, that's what counts. How you deal with it, that's what counts. It's like a boxer. You don't go to the ring praying to get knocked down, to get knocked out. No. You go into the ring hoping to win. But once you get there, things happen. Sometimes you get knocked down. Sometimes you get knocked out. But as far as you can always get up and fight on, you've got a chance. The longer you stay down on the canvas, the less chance you have of getting up. The less chance you've got of getting up. I was watching Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, the first Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury got knocked out, clean out. He was on the floor. The referee was about to count him out. And suddenly he just got up, stood up, and carried on fighting. Went to his corner, took some time to recover. And most people said he won that fight. The first one. The second one he knocked the Wilder out. But the first one, most people said he won that fight. And that's how you should treat life. Life knocks you down. You just take a moment to recover yourself. Just take a moment to recover yourself and say, okay, let's go. That's it. You get up and you keep fighting. You get up and you keep fighting. Just like he did. You get up, went to his corner, recover. So when life knocks you down, just, get up, take some time in your corner to recover. Then get back in the fight. Get back in the fight. Because that is the only thing. That's the only thing. Once you leave it, that's the only thing to get back in the fight. That's it. That's it. There's no other option. You can lie there and get counted out. Why? Why are you doing that to yourself? A lot of people counting you out already. A lot of people are there dismissing you, saying you couldn't make it. You don't have that skill. You don't have the understanding. You couldn't speak properly. You couldn't speak to the public. You couldn't read properly. You couldn't write. You're too tall. You're too skinny. You're too short. A lot of people are out there writing you up already. Why contribute to that? Use that as a power, as a fuel. Use that for yourself. Use that to get up, dust yourself down, take time to recover, and keep fighting. And keep fighting. We all know what happened in Tyson versus Fury 2. But all that came from that moment. He got up from the canvas. He now understood that yes, life has hit me with his hardest shot. Life has hit me with his hardest shot. That probably what he said to himself. That's what Tyson Fury probably said to himself. Deontay Wilder has hit me with his hardest shot. He couldn't do worse than this. He couldn't do worse than this. So he took that shot. He got up, dusted himself out. And then you see what happened. His confidence grew. His confidence grew. Why? So that's what you should do in life. Sometimes when you're there, down on the floor, instead of saying, my life is over, say, life couldn't do worse than this. It has hit me with its hardest shot, and now I'm still standing. You're not even on the floor, you're not even on the canvas. Some people are knocked out clean. And that's a decision you make. You're on the floor. Do you get up and say, life has hit me with its hardest shot, and I have to go on a win? Or do you say, please, referee, just count me out? Just count me out. But these are the decisions you make. You choose, they say you choose, regardless of what situation, what level, what depth you are in sorrow. You are choosing to be in that position. Yes, it's clean. Life has come, life has hit you. What has happened has happened. But what happens from there is totally up to you. It's totally up to you. What happens from there is totally up to you. You choose. You choose to be self-pity. You choose to wallow in sorrow. You choose that. And I'm telling this to you again. You are making that decision for yourself. It has nothing to do with what happened to you. It happens to the rest of us. But what you do from that point, it's up to you. Do you get up or do you stay down? That is the question. Do you get up or do you stay down? Take a second. Consider your past experience. These things happened to you in the past. You came up short. Did you stay down? If you stay down, how is it possible for you to get to where you are today? So something happened to you. Don't stay down. Get up. Get up in the fight. And not just fight. Try and knock it out. Because that's the best way to prove your comeback. not keep clean out.